Hi, my name is Adam, and I'm going to show you how to hook up an electric water heater. This is a 4-gallon unit. It attaches to the wall. Really simple design and easy to actually hook up. It's not too hard at all. The blue is the cold going in, and red is the hot water coming out. And it also has a pressure relief valve. That's the brass valve you see. This unit runs off of 120 volts, and that's just the regular current coming out of your outlet in the United States. So you don't need to hook up a special plug. And this is the unit I'm replacing. This is an instant hot water heater. This has no tank, and it's just not working the way it should. But because this runs off of 240 volts, I need to rewire an outlet. So first I'm going to shut off the breaker and remove the unit. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is use this pipe cutter to remove the old fittings. If you've never used one of these before, this is for cutting copper pipes. And you just tighten it up against the roller, and once it's gripped the pipe, you just give it a spin. And by the time it comes around, you need to tighten it up again because it's cut into the pipe a little bit. And after you tighten it a few times and rotate it a few times, it's just going to snap right off. Now I'm using a wire brush to clean the inside and outside. This tool has little metal bristles, and when you spin it, they scrape the pipe clean. This is the ball valve I'm installing. Just for future, it's nice to have one so I can shut it off if I need to right here at the source. And these just push on and it's good to go. It's really that simple. You can also swivel it if you need to. So I'm going to put it in the off position and work on this pipe. Cut it and clean it. And here's my 1/2-inch SharkBite coupler. These pieces are now allowing me to go from copper to PEX. PEX is a brand name of plastic tubing. Now I'm securing the wall mount for the heater. It's got 2 prongs that hook into the back, and I'm securing it into a stud that's behind the sheetrock. It has to be able to support 4 gallons worth of water. And now I can test to see how well it fits in this space. It's a pretty small space I have to work with. And now the fittings, because I don't have much vertical space, I'm using a 90-degree elbow. This is threaded on one side, and then the slip SharkBite connector on the other side that I'm just going to slip the PEX pipe into. And before I put it on, I need to put on some pipe thread sealant. And if you're going to air on too much. That way you know you got a good connection. Just don't get it down inside. Probably have to stir it up a little bit. Seems to settle. Just glob it all the way around. I prefer using this over pipe tape. And it is hard to clean off your hands, so if you care about having really clean hands, don't use your hands. Then just screw on the fitting until it's nice and tight, and then make sure you aim it in the direction you need it. In this case, I have the pipes running down the right side of the heater. And do the same thing for the other pipe. Again, this is the cold supply water that's going into the heater. And make sure you hook them up in the right order. I did that really sloppy, but doesn't matter. Now I'm going to put in the PEX pipe. You can see it's branded with the SharkBite logo, and those markings are specific to the depth you need to shove it in. So I'm going to cut off the end, just give it a little twist and then push down. And then I shove it in all the way to the marking. So it's kind of a depth gauge, repeating all the way down the pipe. And here's where I'm going to put in a 90-degree brass elbow. Incidentally, these clippers are the same ones I use for installing PVC sprinkler pipes. So these cutters are ratchets. Once it hits the pipe, I give it a little bit of a twist that gets into the pipe, and then I can finish ratcheting through the pipe. Now this is a 90-degree brass elbow. Just going to go right there, and before I do that, always remember you need a ring. This is a copper ring. Slips on first, and this brass elbow has barbs on it, and so when you put the ring there close to the end, you need your crimpers. And this brand of clamp has interchangeable sizes at the end. I think they've come down in price. I remember paying maybe 80 bucks, closer to 100 bucks for this thing. So I clamp in one direction, and then I'm going to go about 90 degrees and clamp it again, at least twice. Here I'm doing it a third time. And that compresses this copper ring onto the pipe. Now I can check that the ring is compressing the pipe enough with this tool here. You can see the markings for each pipe size. And I can slip it on and spin it around. And as long as it spins it around, I know the ring is compressed enough. If not, I need to clamp it again to get that ring correctly fastened. And here it is ready to install. I tried to do as much work in a comfortable space as I could. It's a lot easier making connections to pipes on a wide open floor than it is crammed under a sink. Now I just push in the PEX into the SharkBite fitting. And look at this, there's even water coming out. You could never get away with this if you're trying to do a copper pipe fitting. If there's any water in a copper pipe and you've ever tried to join them together, you know it's impossible. You're never going to get a good seal, but with the SharkBite fittings, it's absolutely no problem. And here it is. It's all hooked up. Got the water turned on, plugged in. And incidentally, before you plug it in, fill this tank up with water. Do not turn it on with no water in it or you'll burn it up. And that's it. I hope it's been helpful to you and answered some questions. If you have any, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. If this has been helpful, please click like. And if you want to see more videos that I upload on how-tos and fixes, click subscribe. Have an awesome day.